Hello everyone, we are Group E. My name is Zhang Yu. I'm in charge of the first part of our presentation today. This section is about physical factors that change how we design and use houses. Let me start by explaining what physical factors are. Physical factors are all natural things around us which control the shapes inside the layout and building materials of a house. We mainly look at local weather, landscape, natural design theories, and the local building materials. Our main goals for house design is to let houses fit well with nature. At the same time, we need to meet three important strategies: protect the environment, keep people safe, and bring good value to the whole community. Now we can split this part into three clean parts. First, we change house designs to match local weather and land. For hot and rainy places like Malaysia, we make wide windows for airflow and long roof edges to block rain. We also build houses higher off the ground to avoid water. Different house shapes are made for hot weather, cold weather, and health. Second, we use natural sunlight and wind to cool or warm houses, so we do not need to use too much electricity. We also choose wood and stone from nearby areas. This cuts down dirty gas made from transporting materials far away, which helps protect our earth. And finally, we use strong walls and fire-safe building materials to stop people from getting hurt during natural disasters. The community can also build shared green plants and parks. This is green areas cool the whole neighborhood and make the whole community safer for all neighbors. To sign up, national physical conditions set the basic rules for building every house. All these designs balances environmental protection, personal safety, and community benefits. Next, we will move on to the social factors.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nordina Mitali and my number is 8222143. So moving on to part 2 where we analyze the social factors influencing house design and function, specifically looking at how they connect to sustainability, safety and community value. So social factors represent on how human demographics, family dynamics and lifestyle trends shape our living spaces. So first of all, when we look at sustainability through a social lens, it transforms directly to adaptability. A socially sustainable house features flexible spatial planning, for example, rooms that can easily transform from a home office to a nursery, or ground floor layouts that design for multi-generational living. And this flexibility will allow a family to grow and age in one place, drastically reducing the environmental and economic waste of moving or tearing down places later. Secondly, for the social factors heavily dictate safety, and the internal function of a house must offer both physical safety and psychological peace of mind. For instance, open sightlines from the kitchen to common areas like the living room or um, the backyard will allow for the seamless supervision of children. On an external level, incorporating and integrating CPTED, the crime prevention through environmental design, means that utilizing strategic lighting and visible entryways. This layout will naturally deter crime while making residents feel structurally and socially secure in their own houses and homes. Finally, let's look at how social design choices generate community value. So a house does not exist in a vacuum, but it is the fundamental building block of a neighborhood. And the way of a house is designed can either isolate an individual or weave them into the fabric of community. So rather than building a high hostile modular walls that turn homes into an unapproachable fortresses, socially conscious architecture will utilize the soft edges. Features like low-set gates, welcoming front porches, and street-facing balconies encourage casual and spontaneous interactions among neighbors. So this open design function serves two vital purposes. It creates natural surveillance that are often referred to as eyes on the street, which organically boosts neighborhood safety, and it combats urban isolation. By designing a house that bridges the gap between private life and public connection, we can build a social capital that can strengthen neighborhood trust and create a long-term community value. So this concludes the social factors. I will now hand the presentation over to the next presenter to discuss the economic factors.
I will now explain the economic factors that influence house design and function. Economic factors play an important role in determining the type, size, and quality of a house. Families with higher incomes usually have more housing options, such as larger landed houses, better construction materials, and modern technologies. In contrast, families with limited financial resources may choose similar house or apartments that provide more affordable living socials. Economic factors are also closely related to sustainability. Many sustainable features, such as solar panels and energy-efficient appliances, require an investment. Although these technologies may cost more at the beginning, they help reduce energy consumptions and lower utility bills in the long run. Therefore, economic resources can support more sustainable housing development. In addition, economic conditions influence housing safety. Homeowners with greater financial capacity can invest in security systems, fire protection equipment, and regular maintenance. These improvements create a safer living environment for residents. Most importantly, economic factors act as a bridge between social and cultural factors. While social needs influence housing choices, economic resources determine what is achievable. At the same time, economic development shapes housing preferences and allows people to experience their cultural identity through home design.
Hello, I will talk about cultural factors influences house design and function. Cultural factors include people's traditions, religion, life skill, and values. These factors affect not only how a house looks, but also how people live in it every day. First, cultural influences the way families use space. In these cultures, several generations live together in one house. Because of this, homes may need more bedrooms and larger living areas. Open spaces are often important because they allow family members to spend more time together. At the same time, some people also need private spaces for study, rest, and religious activities. Second, cultural affects the design of the house itself. Many families like to include traditional decorations, building skills, or space rooms that affect their cultural background. For example, some families may have a private room, while others may follow feng shui when planning the layout of their home. These choices help people feel connected to their culture and identity. Cultural factors always support sustainability. Traditional house design often make use of traditional natural light and fresh air. They reduces the need for electricity and help save energy. In addition, using local materials is better for the environment and supports local communities. Finally, culture helps build stronger communities when homes are designed around shared values and traditions, people feel more comfortable and connected to their neighborhoods. It can improve social relationships and create a strong sense of belonging. In conclusion, cultural factors may play an important role in house design because they influence families' life, personal identity, sustainability, and community relationships. This is all for our group part. Thank you for listening.